Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the 7-5 Betrayal in Blue. Cops who've crossed the line, corrupt cops. Good cops don't cross the line, they're good cops. Please like, share, and subscribe. Everything about this channel, anything after watching this particular video, you have comments, put it down in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer all of them. I wasn't going to do a video, but Derek Chauvin was just sentenced. He's the officer with the knee on George Floyd's neck. He got hit with 22.5 years in the state system. He's also facing probably more charges in the federal system, probably, violent and civil rights or something like that. Don't think he's been charged yet, but he's probably facing more time also in the federal system. So I just wanted to mention that. And I had a couple of stories on the back burner, so I'm going to put those in also. For those of you who have been asking about Chicky, ever since I put up the interview with Chicky, the one and only interview he's done since the 7-5, I've got a lot of questions. Great to hear from Chicky. How's Chicky? Where is he? What's he doing? I'm not going to put out there where he is. I'm sure you guys can figure it out if you look into it deep enough. Not that it matters. Chicky's doing great still. He's come down and visited me once since Dory has passed away, which was very nice. Him and his wife invited me to one of his friends' house and had a nice dinner, and we hung out for a while, smoked a couple of cigars. I had put some pictures up on my social media, on my Instagram about that. And I think I mentioned it before in one of the past videos. He calls me every week, checks up on me, make sure I haven't hung myself after missing my wife so much. Not that I'm going to. Don't be calling no suicide hotlines. So those are the two things. Like I said, like, comment, and share on this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. That's very important. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm giving away a prize package. Okay, first story is a little different. It's very similar to a story we did a couple of episodes back, where there was an IAD sting and the officer went to a dispatch call of an abandoned car or a car that was in an accident, driver fled the scene, that type of thing. And he went there and he was caught on video stealing drugs and money. The only thing that's a little twist with this one, it involves a female officer, which was really sort of rare. I don't remember many female officers being crossing the line and getting corrupt. I know there was one prior to our arrest back in 1986 in the 7-7 precinct. I think her name was Crystal Spivey. You guys can look it up. She was part of that crew that was arrested back then. So this officer was a Houston police officer. Her name is Julissa Diaz. She's a former officer of the month. I don't know what month or what year. That's all that said, that she was a former officer of the month. So IAD set up a sting on her. She went to call for, again, same type of situation as this other past video, where she went to an abandoned car or car that was in an accident, driver left the scene, whatever it was. She got there and there was cocaine in plain sight in the car. Couldn't miss it. Plus it's being videotaped. They must have set up cameras in the car. Internal Affairs must have set up cameras. And so it's on videotape. I couldn't find the IAD video. There are news reports on it. I'm not going to bother putting that in. It's just basically reiterating what I'm saying. So she's caught on video, totally ignoring the cocaine that's there in plain sight. And she decides to call a tow truck. Obviously, it's a tow truck company she's in cahoots with. This is, done before. A lot of guys have, you're not supposed to use a specific tow truck company because, then there's kickbacks and things like that involved. She's also involved in a cocaine conspiracy. What it's called is rotation tow. There's like 8 tow truck companies, and you use each company in a row. Whatever, say company A is called. Next time there's a car out there, you got to use company B and then company C. It's got to go in a rotation. That way there's no, favoritism. So she calls the company that she's associated with. Guy comes down, tows away the truck with the cocaine in it. She gets arrested for, the original charge was tampering with evidence and drug trafficking. Now this happened in 2017. The reason I'm bringing it up, last week she just pled guilty to cocaine trafficking conspiracy, and she was hit with 87 months, which is 7 years and 3 months. So she's going away. Didn't say anything about anyone else involved in the conspiracy, their names or anything like that. So they probably CW's cooperating witnesses. And when she finally, she couldn't fight it no more. She wasn't going to take it to trial, and she ends up going to prison for seven plus years. Second case this is also sort of a strange case. This is a former police chief in Maryland, correct? Yes, Maryland, former police chief David Crawford. He is being charged. This is a recent charge, sometime within this last month. He was charged with 12 attempted murder charges. I think it was more than a dozen attempted murder charges and arson charges. And they date back to over a decade, over 10 years. This is going back, where they found all these victims. His most recent one, which is why he was arrested again, was caught on video, home security camera. I think it was ring.com or one of those doorbell cams caught him. He has issues with people. His victims are another former police chief, 2 other former police officers, victims that he had issues with throughout his personal life, and I guess professional life too, since one's a police chief and 2 former police officers. He goes to their, I don't know, this most recent one was a person's home, but he must go to, possibly their places of business or their homes, and he sets their places on fire with them in the home. So this most recent one he went to, it was in the middle of the night. He goes there and you see him spreading out gasoline all over the place, making a trail, lighting it up, and he's busted. So they hit his house with a search warrant. They executed a search warrant on his house. And this motherfucker has a list of names that included all his victims. So they were able to connect all his old victims with the new victim. This guy was clearly out of his mind. So he's going to be going away. There's no doubt. He hasn't pled guilty or nothing yet. It just happened. He just got hit with all these charges. So that's David Crawford, and I'm going to put up the most recent.
The man here in this shocking surveillance video from March 2019 is Crawford. You can see the man walk up to the home in Laurel, dump out a jug of gas, then set it on fire, all while people were inside asleep. Authorities say Crawford is responsible for a series of fires in Montgomery, Prince George's, Frederick, Charles, and Howard counties from 2011 to just last year.
We got Q&A. Q&A was, what was our, meaning myself and my partner, or cops of that time in the 80s, relationship with the fire department in EMS, emergency medical services, the ambulance drivers. I had a very good relationship with them. I'm sure my partner did too. Fire department, back in rookie days, when you're walking a foot post, if you're on the other ass end of the precinct, you can get a ride back to the precinct house. There's firehouses scattered throughout the 7-5 precinct. 7-5 precinct is one police department, one police precinct covering this area. There's probably 5 firehouses within the 7-5. So no matter where you are, you're close to a firehouse. Cold weather, guys would invite us in. Come on, stay inside, stay warm, eat a meal with them. Usually worked in a firehouse, they all chipped in for the meal. And, a couple of guys would cook the meal. I think at that time it was like $3 if we'd sat down and ate with them. We gave them $3 when we got a full meal. Very friendly. Never any problems with the fire department. EMS, same way. I mean, we took care of them. They took care of us. Anytime cops were injured on the scene, they were right there to, wash our eyes out with I think it's saline solution they use to rinse out your eyes if you got any chemical irritant in it, anything like that. You know, guys that were shot and stabbed and things like that. Usually we transported them ourselves in a patrol car, but if not, the EMT drivers, they were right there to take care of us. Same thing also, I had a very good relationship with BMC, which is Baptist Medical Center, was on Linden Drive. It's since long closed down. I talked about it once before when I spoke about Dr. Death. That was the hospital he worked at. There was an incident where I rushed my partner there off duty. We were at Baron Perez's new shop. He had an original radio installation shop. There was, I don't even know if he had a name on it at that time. It was on Atlantic Avenue and Van Sicklin, small shop on a corner. Thanks to the money he was making with us through Diaz and Cello for the first time, he was able to open up a bigger shop. The biggest shop, which became Auto Sound City, was on Atlantic Avenue and Crescent. For you cops that are watching this, I still work on the 7-5, Atlantic and Crescent. I think it has since long been changed. I think after Barron ended up moving out, it became a bus depot or something like that. Don't know what it is now. You know, we're talking many years later, 30 years later. Anyway, he was having a grand opening party for the place, and myself and my partner went down, and a couple of our tight friends in the group. And he also had his customers down, a lot of customers. They were drug dealers. There were people in the neighborhood, some Italian kids from Howard Beach, which was very close to the 7-5. And everyone's partying, drinking, having a good time. My partner by that point was doing cocaine. So he was a little bit high, a little bit, boisterous. Got in an argument with somebody. And Auto Sound City was huge. I mean, like I said, it used to be a bus depot. So it was a big place. And I wasn't right next to him. There was, we were spread out talking in, different little groups. Hear a ruckus, see my partner go flying over a table. He gets up, he's bleeding from his side. Don't know if he was stabbed or if he fell on a bottle and the bottle broke and cut him. He got into an altercation with somebody. Myself and another guy beat the shit out of the guy that was involved with it. We rushed my partner to BMC, Baptist Medical Center, and there's no bullshit about signing in, admissions, nothing like that. I'd take him, I'd drag him through right into the ER and right into the back. I don't wait at the admission desk, nothing like that. And we knew the nurses there, not just we knew the nurses there. No problem. They hit him with some anesthetic, topical anesthetic, injected him, topical first and then the injections, and stitched him up. No paperwork, nothing. Didn't take our names. They knew our first names. I don't know if they knew our last names. No problem. They knew we were cops, and we left. And that was it. So we had obviously a great relationship. I think that was it. I know there was something else. I did want to mention, and you guys let me know in the comments if you would like me to do this. And I would do it maybe with someone else or maybe on my own, maybe with one of the other guys that are involved in the 7-5 documentary. I was thinking of putting up the 7-5 documentary and doing a running commentary while it's going, answering your questions that you submit beforehand. So tell me if you would like that. Submit some questions in the comments below that you would like me to answer in the running commentary of the 7-5. It will be on the screen for you guys on YouTube, and probably offer a little square box on the side with myself and another person is doing commentary, pausing a video to answer your questions that you guys send in. Tell me if you think it's a good idea or if it's not a good idea. It's just one of the ideas I was thinking of. I thought it would be, interesting for you guys to, to have that done. So that's it for this week. This was, by the way, episode 18, I believe. So I hope you enjoyed it and come back for more. Like it, subscribe to the channel, share it on your social media. Thanks so much, everyone. Appreciate it.